Hello, guides, goddesses, and those who are lost. This is a message. I should be doing the sign readings, but it feels like a different message needs to come through first, so okay. We will see where this takes us. Now, as I said before, I am sensing the energy of a little frustration, chaos. So hopefully whatever message is here is needed. I'm not sure if I will go through what signs on this at first, but I guess we'll know by the end. So for now, we'll call it a general message. Okay? I do feel starting with letters just so there's clear spelling first. So this is for whoever needs to hear it, the reminder, the data, the awareness, whatever comes out. Okay? Now, my readings don't apply to everybody naturally, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so this is a time sensitive thing. This could be business related. And involves change. Now, this isn't the full message. I usually consider a message a full message when all the letters are connecting, or at the very least, a blank is left over, or one or two letters I'll accept, but this here says that's not the full message. But there is change and completion. And this change and completion can be loss that leads to an ending. Yeah, an exit. Okay. Still keep getting endings. And just a lot of extra useless letters. Guys, says you may have somebody who wants to vent. Wants to release. Wants explanation. Not getting it. Now, what I don't like about this is somebody's trying to, or it is perceived that somebody's having fun while doing it. This can be bad behavior. While bad behavior and somebody not taking things seriously. But deep down, they know it's some seriousness. This can be childish behavior coming from somebody. Yeah. You might be dealing with somebody who's being childish, and it's being seen as an act of hate or bad behavior by the other one who's observing that what I heard is careless acts. You may be dealing with somebody who doesn't understand that their behavior is why you are maybe like not interested or drawn in or going through with the bullshit. Like, guys, says you may have pulled back or altered the way you respond to someone. They don't get it. I think I've spoken of stuff like this before where you alter the behavior because you might have moved on to a different timeline. Period, right? And so you may not be giving someone who behaves badly, you may not be giving them the fuel they need to justify their stupid behavior. And what they don't understand is you taking back that energy is more powerful than feeding it. And maybe you all are seeing that at this time as you've pulled back your energy. It is an act of strength, and it takes more strength to do that than it does to misbehave. So, for those of you who are at this time moving different, sounding different, or you've taken back your energy to a combative situation or bullshit in general, you just ain't flipping. You ain't giving them what they expect of you because you're taking that back. There must be a message here that you need to know. Yeah. Some of you guys ain't dealing. You're not interested in the lie anymore. Which is beautiful. Uh-oh. I'm only putting the letters down as I see them. I'm not reading that out loud. If you read it, you read it. But that's pretty dark. And I did feel like this was a dark message. Somebody is, you might be dealing, God's guidance says, one of y'all, in taking back your energy, you might have been, if you're dealing with people trolling, picking, causing problems, this is somebody, you pulling back your energy sends back their energy, right? And somebody was sending you the energy of endings, confusion, loss, because that's what they know. When you pull back your energy, it goes back to them. Feels like numbers, but I'm not at the top of my game on all the Roman numbers there. But there's some other stuff there. Okay, if you pull back your energy, if that person ain't in the house with you and this is a legit hater or something like that, I gotta tell you, I've said it before, I'm okay with my chaos. If you guys are dealing with anybody picking, bullying, they've made your life difficult over the last few years, if they are of that nature about speeding up an end, you walk in grace and love, guides and guidesses. You walk in perfect grace and perfect love. I will say it for you. No one gives a fuck. They should leave. That ain't your data, y'all. Don't y'all be saying that, okay? That's not your... Don't you put that out there. Don't say it. Don't verbalize it. I just did it for everyone. Shh. Okay? My true guides and guidesses, those of you who are here to do the work, and you're not here to fuck with anybody's experience. 2022, these are not any thoughts that float in your head. Okay? They don't. Never did, never will. How about that? For the ones who have caused harm and confusion, they experience an ending, as I said, when you pull back your energy. Magic, spell casting, confusion, it's easier to see it from a distance, right? Because you be looking like, what the fuck is their problem? But somebody wants you to feel as bad as they do. They want you to experience the confusion they do. They want to control with confusion. But when you take that energy back, whether you've gotten your answers about the confusion or not, does not matter. Take back your energy. That means you shift your focus onto a forward timeline, no longer on the past timeline. Okay? When you hop off of that, guess what? Those roads ain't going in the same direction. They're not. Therefore, the direction that had been chosen by the bad one, that becomes their direction, not yours. Right? And that wasn't your ride up to ultimate happiness. No way. It wasn't your ride. You drive your own car. You get yourself to the happiness destination. You get yourself to the wellness and to the clarity. That's your journey. But when anyone else tries to come in and redirect it, the beauty, the greatest power you have always is to take back that energy and let them have full orbit of all their darkness. They should. Now we all know the little joke, poor little tick tick. They're not that bright. Mm-hmm. Somebody has to deal with their own mental illnesses, not yours. Bears cutting up right now. Guys and goddesses, that if you're dealing with that energy and you've pulled back, golf clap for you. Absolute golf clap. If they're not going to take themselves out, life's going to do the rest for them. Now, this ain't, again, I'm just reading y'all's haters so y'all can not be wondering, worrying. You must have had a roaming thought that needed to be stepped on. It needs to be stepped on, scooped up off the floor real nice, and tossed into the trash can. Okay? Then we'll put a little window cleaner, some ammonia, whatever you got to clean up. Just wipe up the little mess right now. Somebody's losing it. The days and the nights get darker. Isolation is greater awareness to them because you're not the only one who's pulled back your energy. You're not. There's a link of others who are finished. They may even have family finding out that they're connected to somebody who is not all there. Somebody, there's even, I don't know if this is all the same hater, but somebody's actually being altered by what they watch. This feels like television shows. Nonetheless, 10, 10, 10, 10, I see them. Somebody's ending themselves. 10, 10. This is very dark. God's guidance says, I hope you are not maybe y'all just gotta counsel a friend through this type of data. But if it is your data, and you're dealing with the atrocious ones, is what I heard. Is it that serious? Okay, so if anybody's been fucking with you, not being fair to you, it's been months or years of chaos, and you have pulled back your energy, or you have made a decision to pull back your energy yourself, your attention to them. If you've made that decision, golf clap. Some of you have, right? Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Ooh, okay. Be aware if you are interacting with those unwanted energies. They identify themselves by the way they vent. If you're dealing with trolls or anything like that online, or the scams, the scammers, the way they vent is a kill shot to them at this time, multiplied by 10. Guides, you may have even, if you haven't yet, you might be aware of laughing out loud at them. I don't know if it's like okay, what's wrong with the funny? You may find it funny. Try not to look crazy pointing and laughing at them, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out why funny is important. But at this time, the ones who have done the wrong, there's endings on the way out. I'm still staring at this like this can't be the only message. Hold on. Let's pull a couple of cards and see what's here. Whatever this was, I don't know. Let's see. So, we're just going to do a picture show. I don't know. It feels like more focus on the imagery than the meanings or the numbers. So tell us what's going on. Guides and goddesses who are dealing with the 10 times 10. That's what I'm going to call them. The ones who did it to themselves, had been doing it to themselves. In the polarity shift, as I've been speaking of before, I said things that normally didn't have certain responses now have a response that goes beyond anyone's doing. It is cosmic interception. It is the response of a clusterfuck of bad math. Bad math inflicted by others who are doing wrong or trying to create alternative timelines for others, unwanted timelines for others. Let's go. What's going on? Ooh. Okay, I'm going to straighten these up because we're just doing the picture show right here. Hold on. So we get change. Ace of Cups and the Journalist. The Empress. Luxury. And Valor. Wow. Okay, picture story, picture story. Time to have a picture story. Time to find out what's their fucking problem. Let's see. More, please. Oh! Why do I hear Johnny Gill? You make me say my, my, my. Okay. So what I'm seeing in the picture show, thought, changes that were made, major changes. This is the card of change. Two of Pentacles, right? It is the card of change. It's somebody making new plans, new changes. Tired of being in a certain emotional state of mind. What's coming next? Getting fit for the next cycle, getting ready, mentally ready for the next cycle. This can be someone who's able to process the what ifs, the maybes. Guides says this is your beautiful brains expanding, getting sharper. You're in there. You know what I'm saying? All good. And in comes this emotional shift. Okay? It's a spiritual download. It's a spiritual connection. It's beautiful. And those of you who are here to do higher work and you have expressed the higher self, you've gone through the trials and tribulations and you did not impress them upon others. Welcome. Welcome Welcome to visualized ascension. Now, when you can visualize that ascension, you can see the others for more of their true selves. Some of them are searching for mother energy or still going through wounds of the mother. Some have gone through such feminine neglect in their lives. They've only known how to express the hurt and chaos and impress it upon others. They too are getting a different type of download, but it is not ascension. It's actually going the other way, not going up. That elevator's not going up. In fact, they get younger, and that's not good unless you're looking to get younger. The younger becomes visualized. The youth, the immaturity, the bad behavior, the inability to control oneself, the need for guidance to be spoon-fed logic, that is more visual to others. That ain't your data guides and goddesses. They chose that shit. They chose it. They chose it by being egotistical. They chose it by placing blame on the others. They chose it by creating confusion and conflict for others. So what they may be in mode of right now, weird message. Some of y'all's haters, somebody's hater either had to move back home with parents or they do live there. They ain't the happiest about that. They don't look very functional. And there's no growth. There's no growth. There's laziness. It's a hamster wheel, but the hamster wheel's not even moving. They're too lazy to get up and run. So what they experience is the chosen self, right? I mean, I don't see these being two different people. It is the watcher, it is the waiter. It is the watcher, it is the waiter. It is the dehydrated. It is the one who needs mother's milk. There's nothing left. There's no growth, there's nothing healthy on this table. There's cookies, there's milk. There's spilt milk. They may wait for someone to come and clean up the mess for them. But, well, that train left ages ago. That ride left ages ago. The only direction they go in is elevator down. Now, this being 7 of Wands. Because I'm still looking over here. I'm still looking at this 4 of Cups like, wow. It's ultra levels of stuckitedness. But okay, let's get back over here. All right, 7 of Wands. Someone holds on. That's the gift. That's the gift. They get to hold on. They get to try to be noticed. The universe does move ahead, though. And while there was an offer for a journey, or they had many opportunities to express the higher self, that's not what they chose. Because they did not choose the higher path of self, the journey that was waiting for them, things change. I see some health issues. I see some stuckitedness. I would say oppression. It doesn't necessarily have to mean people are going to jail, but in some instances it could be. Someone is worried about what's coming next. Clear lines are established that are seen, but they may be denied by the hater ones. They may be denied. 10 times 10 may deny any of their doing in the situation. But that is a part of the karmic return. That's a part of the energy return. The illogical things that they impressed upon others becomes their own ill logic. The absence of intelligence grows and expands like a erection in a dirty movie theater. Except in that one, they don't get to leave. In the Queen of Pentacles, they may go through an experience where things change. Others begin to see their jealous nature. They even see how they can be caught up in the bullshizny. Okay? Oh! Okay, for somebody's 10 times 10. For one of y'all's 10 times 10 hater ass motherfucker. There's drugs. There's there's drugs or a very addictive nature that gets enhanced. It's like free dope by the cosmos, nonetheless. I'm taking the card as it is, the therapist. This is somebody who may shift into deeper levels of chemical imbalance. And they chose the game. Now the game plays them. Ace of Swords. Others may even get clarity. Someone over one of your 10 times 10 becomes their ruler, the game master. Clarify the event. For some of y'all's 10 times 10, work changes. Work gets worse. Oh, hold on. Trying to read without my glasses. Okay. Oh, that's a 3. I really thought that was a 5. Okay. In the 3 of Pentacles up here, the team changes because these came out in reverse, remember? So the team around them even changes. People stop fucking with them. Just to be short and cute about it. Things that were pleasurable, not anymore. Others who were sharing, they stop. Period. Others begin to see the obsessive nature in them. Don't forget the therapist is down here. Other people are thinking like, whoa, you need to talk to somebody now. Who thinks it's funny? Tell us about funny. The Wheel of Fortune. It's a 10. What's funny is how they fuck themselves. Sorry for the language. It's a turn of the wheel. And Guide says, you again pulling back your energy. That was funny. They didn't expect that. They thought it was funny. They just don't understand. They can look at you all they want to. Life is coming at them. Life is coming at them quickly. Someone's obsessive desires or impressions or wants of you or anyone else they was fucking with, it's very clear. Maybe it was clear to you, guys or goddesses, before it was clear to the others. Because you got your intuition popping, right? But they see it now. And they no longer want to have drinks, no longer want to engage in the chemical destruction, the chemical chaos. Some of you have somebody that was bothering you because they wanted something deeper and emotional with you. They don't understand 8 and 2 make 10. They don't understand that you can't control people. And when you try to do that, or when you try to put yourselves into other people's shoes, or when you connect with them or try to mock, copycat, replicate data that ain't 100% yours, you will deal with the data that ain't yours. You'll deal with the karma that ain't yours. In addition to any bad ill will, anybody trying to alternate or decide what your timeline is supposed to be, or they want you on their time. Listen, it goes against free will. And when you go against someone's free will, or you push or you manipulate against the free will of anyone, when those people pull back their energy, there's nothing to feed on. Okay? There's nothing to feed on for the emotional vampire. Okay? When the flesh is gone, the meat is gone, there's nothing to eat. What happens? You starve. What happens when you starve? Eventually the body begins to eat itself. Correct? You waste away. You become emaciated, confused. The body eats itself. It becomes visible to the others. Secrets being revealed. And this is a situation where others are beginning to talk behind this person's back. So y'all, if you pulled your energy out, you did it gracefully. Golf clap yourself this time. Golf clap yourself. Okay? Because you're not confused anymore, and others are not either. They're so not confused, they're not letting the 10 times 10 know what they kind of think. So they may be stepping back and laughing at your 10 times 10 to their face or behind their back. High Priestess comes out. I know in other readings this has some great data to it. However, in this, that's someone, in my opinion, I'm just telling you the story I see. Somebody bathing in their own blood. But it's the blood they attempted to extract from others through hurt, confusion, violent acts, harmful behavior, stalking, stealing, replicating. Any level of harm that was done that altered anyone's timeline. It is measurable in time, energy lost, bad focus on others, harmful matters. It is measurable. And for each act of intentional harm, imbalanced lies, we could probably equate that to a cup of their own blood. And they soak in it. There is loss of family, loss of friendship, all semblance of happiness. Oh, that's over. All that is left is the mal-focus, the addiction. The ties that guides and goddesses you have severed ever so beautifully. Strange, bitch. Okay, you did it. Not them. Not so much. And I'm really drawn to the absence of me having a pencil. Hold on. I'm very drawn to the string I'm not sure how visible that is right here. See the string around the belly? See the two feminine energies? And those who have turned their backs. I even see a young child energy with their back turned as if entry denied. So, unbeknownst to the 10 times 10, their behavior has been costing them blood this whole time. Now they bathe in it. Now the bath of not even it's not retribution, but in a sense it is kind of that word, but it's self-inflicted. What they have done, they've been doing. What they've done to others, they've been doing to themselves. They didn't see that. They didn't see that. Oh my, and then the snake. Oh my, and the devil and the snake. Well, I did say we was telling just a picture story, right? Now, if you're a reader and you want to read these number cards, you knock yourself on out. I'm looking at the picture show. I see addiction. I see imbalance. I see a soul that stays stuck here. One that cannot ascend. They chose that. Those of you who have been guided away to stop holding the hands of the ones who have been preparing their own bloodbath. Those of you who have stepped back, well, look at the containment. The tub, the bathroom stall, the stake. Looks pretty stuck there to me, right? Oh no, I hear Bon Jovi. Oh, I don't even like Bon Jovi. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. That ain't y'all's data. Guys and guidance, if you have to pull your energy back like that, guess what? They would have never gotten the name of love anyway. They wasn't looking for that. They were looking to inflict the harm that they felt they were dealing with upon others. They were looking to inflict harm so they could take some of the focus off their hurt. That's not how you do it. That's how you gather more for yourself. Because eventually nobody wants to mess with you. Nobody wants to be in your energy. There's nothing left but you. Right? Nothing left but you. And guidance, once you realized that all you needed to do was make the choice to take back your energy and act on that by simply pulling back your energy, not engaging, not giving the fuel or the blood that they need to keep going. When you take that back, the walls squeeze in a little bit closer. You see that? The room gets dirtier. They may even be living in a situation that becomes more cluttered, more dirty. It gets to the point where it cannot be cleaned. One of you has a deal or something, a deal or an issue, like you might still be dealing with it. One of y'all is got a troll that's a whole hoarder. Like the consideration to clean the floor or to unchain themselves from what harms them the most, the walls are getting too close to deal with it. So they're stuck. The horns are visible. Others are going to take such a step back that there won't be an interest in helping them at this phase. Any clarity or expansion of the walls to get more space to breathe, it has to be chosen by them. And they would have a lot of cleaning up to do for that to happen. So what do you get? You get a snake. You get the one who resents to the point, because remember this was a reverse. This is a reverse. Right? When that fell, the snake is not going towards the sky. They're going back to where they came from. Back to hell. This person becomes overflowing with resentment to the point where any level of personal relationships become impossible or they quickly end. In some situations, others who are closer to them than you ever was, guides and goddesses, others who are closer, this could be within the home, they begin to swing back at that energy. Ooh. So, okay, so I just saw a scenario. Let me share this. The bully. The bully who got their skills to bully you got their skills from the home environment. And though they found release in making others bleed throughout life, they didn't understand that you can't make others bleed without bleeding yourself. You can't make others bleed without getting that blood on yourself, right? At the very least. But in certain situations, when there's no health, there's no healthy environment for the bully, the blood that they release in others becomes a bloodbath for themselves. And so the surroundings that they know, they go back to it with a swiftness. So for the snake that isn't going in the proper direction, the snake that gets pushed out of situations, gets the heart punctured, they may also suddenly discover they have heart issues or some type of health issue. I just saw an image of somebody needing assistance or help, and they don't get it because of this energy. Then there's the lovers. That's in reverse. So something that you're 10 times 10 desired. In love, that was in reverse. So the lovers become the haters. Ew, too many. Nonetheless, gains in reverse. They're dealing with loss. But let's just be nosy and see what else is here. There's that pullback on energy. Something gets blocked from your hater, too. There may be an event they don't get invited to, or they're not comfortable at. There's something going on where they have to watch people very close to them get gifted. It's not because they deserve the gift. This could be family, friends. It's not because they deserve the gift. It's because their bad energy enriched the others with higher energy. Lord, the match. Whoever the hater is, they are now fighting themselves. Peace in reverse, strength in reverse. The costume designing gets weak. People start to see through that illusion. They really, really do. And they see the addictive nature. They see this chemical imbalance. Somebody may literally now have picked up a new chemical imbalance because of the blood they drew from others, the harm they caused the others. But now others see the fight. Others see the battle. They see the confusion. They want nothing to do with it. It's just one issue after another. It's no respect. It's all the music they desired others to listen to, all the bad music that they were sharing with others, with fighting, being combative. They have to pay for that. Period. So, very soon I'm sensing one of y'all's haters got to go into their quiet place. Ooh, one of y'all's 10 times 10s. Let's see what's going on with this. It's going to be a shift of a heavy financial burden coming to one of y'all's haters. This is courtroom data. Oh, somebody's hater gets used or recorded doing something they shouldn't have been doing, and they get hung out to dry or something. Ooh. Bear. Be aware. You may hear about one of your haters being thrown to the wolves in some kind of way, like being a part of a guilty situation, but they get hung out to dry. Even though they're not the only ones involved, they get hung out to dry. Everybody points their finger at them. I hear down in a hole. And there's death again. Okay. Some of you have somebody who's doing things online. They used to. Now they're more worried about death. Now they're worried about these endings, things that are falling apart. They don't know what to do next. Queen of Swords. This is bitter energy. So if they're still focused on any of your data, guides or goddesses are still causing you issues, the universe is about to deal with that. Or they already are and you just didn't get a front row seat to the show. They lose favor. They lose favor with others. And in comes this cosmic interference. Not good. There's some type of blockage they're going to experience on a major scale. This involves communications. This involves heartbreak. So they may be breaking up or losing someone they really liked or loved. This brings suffering, brings loss, to say the least. Games impressed upon others become their games, become clear to others. There may even be a loss of freedom. I can tell you for sure there's going to be new levels of anxiety for the ones who work against you, guides or goddesses. And this, all these things come out in their speech. Others around them, let's clarify. Others move away. Others are done. Others are not listening to it. It's Others feel the callous or bad behavior on a different scale at this time. It feels different. And so they're moving away, moving towards new cycles. Some of them realize they had the wrong idea about that person and just want to avoid them. What's the worst? insanity, and death keeps coming. Guides or goddesses, one of y'all's haters that done messed y'all over just enough. If this isn't physical death, it's been here too many times. If this isn't physical endings from the flesh, then it is the most 100% certain card of some whole ass endings. The kind of endings that make you go crazy. It's reckless. There's death again. And if it isn't, again, I'm trying to be nice about this, if it's not a physical death that they're going to experience right now, if that's not it, the death is in the life they've lost unto themselves by being so badly focused or trying to impact the lives of others. But others will miss them when they're gone. If it is physical death, the energy I'm feeling at this time feels like, Lord, if y'all are dealing with this type of energy, I do not wish harm or death on anyone. I really don't. But if you are this impactful that death keeps popping up all over these readings, you must have did something real bad. Somebody must have did something that really messed with what was to come next. The undead are victorious at the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands. It's someone acting on what they believe to be some type of deeper level data. They ain't know shit. They didn't know shit. Some of you are, you may even hear about some of them on TV in some kind of way or hear news of them. So keep your ears open, not your mouth, guides and goddesses. Clarify the death event. Well, that looks like a big splitting of the mind there. There might be a physical ending to one of y'all's haters. It really might be a physical ending. And this may have to do with what's in their background that they don't want coming out. It could just be a culmination, just feeling overwhelmed. Just overwhelmed with what others think of them or the ended relationships. That's an arm hanging out of the car. Somebody, reaching that point of a mental break that they can't overcome. And it is a sudden act. One of y'all's 10 times 10 hears voices in their heads too. 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords. I would say there's a little bit of a theme going on here, but well enough, yes. 10 of Wands, right? That person really looks like look at all the bone collector, yeah? And the bones, as it turns out, was their own. Turns out those were their own mental bones that come from the imbalance. This is all that has been collected that brings one to a place of being burnt the fuck out. Burnt out. The brain can't function in that way anymore for them. So they may begin to hear voices. They may begin to sense other energies around them. And they may be the energies of transition. Transition. Mental depletion. disassembly, Page of Swords. It is someone who may begin communicating in a really unusual way. And you see here the head is disassembled. The head is disconnected, right? Someone is blinded, someone is disconnected, someone is holding on. I wish this for no one unless they are your enemies and they have caused you pure harm, and they've caused it to so many. They could do nothing except collect the bones of all the ruin they wished for others. Somebody's 10 times 10 is leaving the plane. If they're not caught in time or helped in time, and it can be a sealed fate. When I say sealed fate, I get the sense of someone harming themselves in a way that makes it difficult for others to get to them. This is a very dark reading. I don't like this. And that person may choose that out of the misalignment going on in the head and the body. Yeah, but it's a demonic boredom. It is the boredom of the demon. When the demon realizes there's no more blood, or that others will not participate in the bloodletting. Whatever the magic was, the result, containment, disassembly. Oh, my bad. Let me do this again. Multiplicity, containment, disassembly. Plans to disassemble, active disassemble, action of disassemble. If you got somebody doing all that to you and they're about to hurt themselves, I wouldn't help. And that's fucked up, but I said it. Mm-hmm. Some of you are put on their paths to help them. Some of you are put in their lives or just around them on that day or 2 or 10 to be of service, to be of assistance. Some of you are readers and you came here to help many. And there was a problem. Like, how could you be volunteering your heart in such a way and be open to that and have somebody come along and throw confusion at you or bully or steal or attempt to replicate or cause harm? How could anyone do that? Well, it was done. Okay. They know that. It was done. They thought they was doing something good with it. It made them feel like they were getting any level of attention. Unfortunately, as I said before, the energy put out is the energy returned, right? Before it took longer, but as we're in the middle of this polarity shift, the energy hits different. Cast no harm or damage upon anyone because the return is different right now. Even I can't explain it. I can only say it feels soul guided. It feels soul stripping or soul enriching. And even that is a choice. But it's like the sum of all. As the split happens, as the polarity shift happens. So there's that new journey of the Fool. Except that new journey don't look that good, right? Because they ain't got where the body at. That's a disembodied energy. Being held down by what doesn't look like a very happy looking hand. That don't look too good. That is emptiness. The Fool, the new journey of emptiness. Whew. For some of your 10 times 10, they may be seeing birds of prey around them at this time, and it may be an off-season thing. They may be seeing birds of prey. They're waiting. The real bone collectors are waiting. Let's see what else is going on with the 10 times 10. Oh no, Bear's upset about that. Okay. Maybe not. Let's see what else is going on with the 10 times 10. Oh, no, I'm told this is the wrong deck. Okay. What's going on in the mind of the 10 times 10? Oh. Another ending, you don't say. The single-use player discovers that data, discovers the limitations. That card ain't supposed to be in that direction. And yeah, there's that. They may feel like they have trouble making choices in the midst of all that greed. They may even be getting hoodwinked or drawn into a lie. They may appear as being a little bit off to the others, right? And they've lost some social status also. So right now, the 10 times 10, things have stopped moving. Things that were in motion, that they had set in motion, they ain't moving right now. That happens. Time has to stop, that way the energy can catch up. They may be feeling or experiencing weakness. Others may be recognizing the hater energy and how they lied about something. They may be denying their responsibility in something. That's the reverse 10. There's another 10. They may not be aware of how the game comes back. And they're not aware because they got their back turned right now. Tests. Not taking the tests. This is a cycle that balances out at infinity. One of y'all is dealing with somebody that did so much, they're coming back next lifetime with this. They've been coming back. And you may have been a part of the awakening at some point before. I also just got the sense of somebody angry each lifetime because they feel like they got left. That energy has been more than one lifetime. So this is like some next level abandonment issues that they flipped and pushed out onto others. So choosing to be self-centered and disregard how you are affecting others. Even if someone did it to you, that doesn't make it okay to do to others. It's not okay to inflict confusion or harm or try to cause damage to others. It's not okay. And as long as people will stand there and give the energy, that does empower the bad one. The 10 times 10 grows. Yeah, they get stronger. But when you pull back that energy, there's no platform to stand on. There's nothing. There's nothing but emptiness and the ground, or further down, I don't know. And they created that. Even though they saw plenty of options to not be that person, to not do what they did, to not take their own damage and inflict others with it. They had plenty of opportunity to not do that. But they chose it anyway. They chose heartless, hateful behavior. They chose the lies. They chose the prejudice. They chose creating delays for others, not understanding that you can't even focus on people like that without delaying yourself. So how on earth can there be healing for them when all they're focused on is damaging others? There's not even a thought of healing in there. So the careless, restless behavior has left them a bit blinded. And I ain't talking needing glasses. They're blinded because the shit was working before. What do you have to look at if everything seems to be on autopilot, right? So they may be trying to talk or hoping they can get some sympathy from others. They ain't getting it. They are experiencing loneliness on a different level. Somebody has chosen to cosmically screw themselves. If we all came from a different planet and your people came down here in the same design as the current human structure, and you encountered those people in this lifetime and you fucked them over, you were cruel to them, you were mean, you pushed them away, you deny yourself a ride back home, don't you? If you was leaving the club looking all good at the end of the night and you were willing to give someone a ride home and they walked over and scratched your car and poked one of the tires out, you would not give them a ride, would you? You wouldn't take them back to their cosmic home? Fuck that. Call a Uber. Someone chose the unhealthy version of themselves. And they did so hoping to be liked, to be loved, to be given attention. Whatever it was, doesn't matter. It was the false experience. They chose it. They chose to cheat themselves out of time, energy, alliances, connections, resources, love. Fill in the fucking blanks. They chose. Look, it's here twice. They chose. And you, guidedesses, you might have been someone with a battery and a flashlight. You might have been with somebody with a battery or some solar powered shit. And you might have been there to, like, hey, wake them up on a cosmic level. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. Or it's time to experience your higher self and not the darkness. They, like you, had free will. They made a decision regarding their own evolution. They decided what they would manifest by focusing on it or trying to take it from others. They chose that. They chose to express themselves in a way that maybe got them some praise at some time. It wasn't lawful. It was against the law. It was against the law. And whether it's the law of earth or the other law or the higher law, whichever one they violated it, so in this time they had an opportunity to experience balance, be mindful, heartful of the heart. Oops. Their soul was seeking clarity, seeking that higher connected source, but they chose something different. They chose to be the player. They chose to operate with secrets. They chose to play the games, the ones that hurt others. An energy that maybe in the past was able to be kept at bay. It doesn't work that way right now. Perhaps someone was doing all this not understanding how energy comes back at you, especially when there's no more power source. If you want to light a lamp or you want to darken the room even, you have to have access to the power supply. But if the power supply, which is y'all guides or goddesses, if you pull back your energy, there is no power supply except the self. Now the self can 100% power the self for a shizzle. But what would the 10 times 10 be powering themselves with? Darkness, hate, lies, scandal, bullshit, things that hurt others. Exactly what does that light bulb look like? Is that a 5 watt or is it a 10 watt? I think it's a 10 watt. It's a ending kind of wattage. That wattage can only light their way to hell. They chose it. They chose it. You did not. So I'm leaving that there. Hey, look. Capricorn, the devil is... Hoo-wee. They're emotional, challenged, and fatalistic. I'm done. If this is y'all's trolls, the ones who've harmed, tried to inflict harm, they are somebody, if it ain't them directly, somebody very close to them loses a life. There is life loss at this time. It is the poison they chose because of the secrets they kept, because of the gratitude they chose to issue or fake, because of the gratitude that was perverted. Well, they have themselves. They not only have themselves, but they get a whole new cycle of that same old shit. And a loss of the self. The self becomes off-center. So, God's guidance says step back, let them learn their lesson. Maybe you guys are wondering if so-and-so is ever going to get theirs, or what are they doing? That was a reminder. Stay out of the data. Stand back. And let the bodies hit the floor. Guys, guidance says you have a test to take to go forward. You are getting guided assistance at this time, either through a message or in your surroundings or just in that belly gut feeling. That's your people's telling you to stand back. Stand down, soldier. Focus on your peace and your own freedom, your own sanity as others lose theirs. Look at that. There's the law. They made the choice. The choice should have been spiritual self. They chose to operate under the law or violate. There's a loss of self, even though all they have left is self. And help should be sought. They have a new test to take in life if they choose, if they are even going to get close to any higher level data. They have tests to take, and they have things to make right with others. They ain't doing it in this lifetime. So they spend the rest of their time in seeking mode, even if they leave the flesh. They're in seeker mode. I'll turn this card to you. Stop manifesting self-hate. Sabotage. That was in reverse. That's already been done. Sabotage has already been manifested. Harm is already a thing. Self-harm. The unstoppable kind. It is what they manifested. There's nothing but loss here. They get what they deserve. And God's guidance says you get what you deserve. Peace of mind. The understanding that, you are what you eat. And in certain situations, you will eat what you vomit out onto others. I said that. The universe just going to come along and scoop that right off the floor. Did you barf on all those people? No, we can't have no mess. Let me scoop that right on up. And they spoon feed it right on back to them all at once. They lost their opportunity to connect with their higher self. And out of that comes forced endings, or endings that seem forced. 666 in reverse. Plenty of distractions. Guidance says, you ignore the distractions. Do your thing, do your business, mind your business. Go forward, onward, and upward. Many of you have already gone on the within part. And if you're feeling any bad energy towards anybody, go within again. Don't barf on anybody because they getting it. And I'm talking about somebody's worst of the worst problematic hater. Or it could be more. But the one that's on your mind, you need the message at this time. Your guides say, count your blessings. Because your haters, the 10 times 10, they've been counting your blessings. They got the numbers, all that. They can have it. Right now, they are covered in different levels of illusion. Wait, clarify. Guidance says you may even see one of your biggest haters wearing different jewelry. If you happen to see your haters, pay attention to their jewelry. They may be wearing something. I get a sense of something around the wrist, or the hands, or the arms. Feels like some different jewelry. Like maybe they never wore evil eye bracelets. Now all of a sudden they're wearing them. That might be your, oh, it's you bitch. You're going to know, yeah, you're going to see, ooh. Guides, says one of y'all's going to see it. If you see it and you want to comment and share what you saw, you can. Whatever you see, though, don't speak on it. So if one of your greatest haters suddenly starts wearing light worker jewelry, higher level jewelry all of a sudden out of nowhere, like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't call that out to them. All you're supposed to do is take notes. It is not lab coat time, okay? Don't. You're being advised to keep your energy out of it. You can watch, you can look from a distance, but you are in the process of transformation and healing. You are allowed to be aware of the others. You're allowed to be aware, but you don't need to go further, okay? You just watch in silence. Okay. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be quiet. Because you're ready to go forward to the next thing. So everybody can keep their harmful matters over there. Okay? They can keep their harmful matters over there. And if you feel like you need to get into it, get a hobby. You ain't got to have a hobby for life. Just get a hobby. You need a hobby. Some of you want to do something that you're going to need a little bit of assistance with. So if you're thinking about getting messy, maybe go seek out some help. Like, you know what? Like, I always wanted to learn how to crochet Speedos for hot guys. I'm just putting that out there. It's not real, but I'm just saying. Let's say that's what I wanted to do. Instead of getting involved with the 10 times 10 ones, instead of getting involved with that, maybe go get some tutorials or go to a sewing place where they sell sewing supplies and get a quick lesson on how to stitch. You need a better hobby that takes up your focus on them. So, and I'm saying do this to make sure you're not holding on to their energy or your bad energy towards them. You may be getting a break of some sort that's giving you too much time to think about who you don't like. You got to change that. Because if you don't, you'll carry their energy into the next cycle. Okay? It says so here. Protect yourself from negative energy, people, and thoughts. It's going to have an impact on your health. So get you a hobby that is so, like, not serious, but so serious that you can only focus on it. Like if you had to crochet sexy Speedos for hotties to run up and down the beach in their yarn created Speedos. This is a horrible picture. No one go there with me. But let's say that you were going to have, like, you had a choice between interacting with the bullshit or not interacting with it and taking clean energy into the next year. Get a protective hobby. Okay? Get a protective hobby so you can protect yourself from multiple angles. Right? Some of you might have been looking for closure or an apology from them. They are programmed bots. They are bots. You don't walk up to a vacuum cleaner and expect it to apologize. That's ridiculous, right? So if your haters look like bots to you at this time, let it be. Do not engage. And remember, closure is chosen, not given. So you make sure you're not looking for anyone else to bring you closure. That is a connection to the bad energy. Release the illusion. Okay? That's for y'all. I'm going to stop right there. But you got to release that, and you have to do it now. That doesn't mean any spells or rituals. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about shifting your thoughts in such a way that you don't even have energy or interest in focusing on who's talking shit or saying shit or doing bad things. Do your best at that. You can do it. You must do it, guides and goddesses. So at this time, though you may not like work or you may not like all the family around you, you absolutely have to accept they can't give you closure. They don't know it. And you have to fill that empty space up with something that feels good or lets you focus on the build. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at their Speedos, when you're done knitting it, you're like, oh my God, I made that. That's great. And that whole time, those idiot 10 times 10s were over there causing chaos. I didn't even notice. The universe does want to help you more. So be open to that. Point your energy in directions where you're getting, equal response. I don't know how many different ways to say release, but that's got to happen. And it's got to happen ASAP. The new year is here. Okay? And so make a rule, hard, fast rule with the self. Goals. Right? Goals. And if dealing with fuck shit is not your goal, don't put that on the list. Maybe you need to make a list of goals, things that you want, and really make sure you do not write down anything that you don't want. Don't try to clarify the things you don't want or tap dance around it or write extra notes on it. Simply write what you want, not who. That's a violation of the law. Write what it is you want. And let that be the focus, and be open to accepting what the universe is trying to give to you as opposed to trying to inflict yourself upon the life or the timeline of somebody else. Kind of like those 10 times 10 are doing. Next step, it's time, guides and goddesses. Are you ready? Those of you who have done the work, the light work, or who are here in service to others, you know who you are. You know who you are. And I'm saying, as somebody who enjoyed readings before I was doing them, I thank you. I thank you for considering doing the work. I thank you for those of you who have done the work. If you have just helped someone who needed it at this time, I thank you. If you didn't hear a thank you, to my medical people, thank you. You were God sent. Stay that way. You were divinely sent. Stay that way. But to the 10 times 10, I do not wish them heaven. I wish them nothing less than a swift, immediate return of all damaging energy they've cast upon others. I wish them that at this time. And nothing else. I wish them, hope for them light and wisdom after getting spanked by the cosmos. I wish them light. I wish them intelligence. I wish they had not done what they did. I wish they had not chosen. Like certain law violations you can get away with, certain ways you can't. And so I do not desire for them what is coming. But it is inevitable. And it was earned. It was decided. It was chosen. Not inflicted. So guides, goddesses, don't be afraid to spend some quality time with you. There's no one better, right? And smile. You are next level. How you doing? I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was comforting, calming, and of use, of consideration to whoever needed to hear it at this time. This was hella long. But okay, there you go. I hope it was of use. All right? And no matter what they are going through them 10 times 10, just please remember. No matter what they say, no matter what they are experiencing, oh, they might be funky too. Whatever they're experiencing, including their envy, I feel like I needed to do that again. Yeah, whatever that is, no one cares. Just remember, no matter what, my guides and goddesses of light and love and compassion, you are well. See you next time.